Welcome back to The Edge. Negative reviews cannot be changed through incentives to customers. Now, the social media clone coming to Facebook Messenger community chats, kind of similar to Discord. Google and Alphabet antitrust suit regarding ad technology will not be thrown out. You're listening to News from The Edge for the week of September 19th here on Edge of the Web Radio.
From the Edge of the Web studios, here's what we're looking at this week.
All right. Hey, this is Edge of the Web Radio. Thanks for listening. I'm your host, Aaron Sparks from Site Strategics. We're covering SEO and digital marketing news each and every week that's separate from our interview series that we drop each and every week as well. So you have two shows coming at you from Edge. So check out that show as well, because we have some great performers that are around the world, some of the best digital marketing professionals that we can get a hold of. Fantastic. Be sure to check out everything over at edgeofthewebradio.com. That's edgeofthewebradio.com. This is the Site Strategics Digital Marketing News Desk of Edge of the Web. We're proud to have Site Strategics as the title sponsor of our show. Very proud of our team here at Site, one of the top SEO companies in the Midwest. We're constant learners, thus this show. So we're constantly finding out more information in the digital marketing space and learning from the best in the marketplace. So we'll talk a little bit more about Site here in the show, but thank you, Site Strategics, joining me this week to get his share of the take on the news. He was actually subjected to about 26 minutes of pre-show ramble and technical difficulties as well, right?
What is my share?
What is your share of the news? I mean, you've got a proportional share here.
70-30 split.
Yeah, probably 40. Around 90-10 split. Yeah. Please hold.
You don't use my articles anymore. Now we're talking about Meta and Texas.
I use one of your articles. Three of your articles. What are you complaining about?
Barry Blitz. That doesn't count.
It counts to us. All right. So, I mean, how many Barrys make a full-on article? Is that what you're saying?
Are you saying that you think Barry's articles are thin? And
I thought you were saying that. You just said that.
I wasn't saying that at all.
I think you were saying that.
Wow. Barry. For the audio audience, which is like 99.9% of the audience,
we have our technical difficulties. Hold
up a big screen that says "Stand by, technical difficulties."
Well, so we were just playing around, and of course, we found that incredible hold music that goes for a full hour without looping. Thank you very much, Jacob.
So annoying.
It's my new ringtone.
It is. And if you want
you got rid of the other ringtone.
Huh? No. If you actually want to have Mordy Oberstein ringtone.com, go over there right now. You can actually download that. It's a fantastic sound that you want to play over and over and over again.
My Barry short side is ranking, by the way.
Hey, my Mordy Oberstein ringtone is ranking as well.
Nice.
Check it out. All right. First article on deck from Search Engine Land from the Barry Sports, the aforementioned Barry Sports. Google prohibits incentivizing customers to remove or modify negative reviews. Google has actually updated its Google Maps review guidelines, deceptive and fake engagement guidelines, to now disallow making requests for revisions or removals of a negative review through offered discounts, free goods or services, or other incentives. Of course. Why in the world would anybody do that? Hey, if you take down the negative review of my terrible service, I'll give you a discount to my next terrible service engagement. Why? How would that work? So they've got guidelines over there. Check it out. Fake engagement is not allowed and would be removed. This includes paying, incentivizing, or encouraging the posting of content that does not represent a genuine experience, content that is not based on a real experience and does not accurately represent the location or product in question, content that has been incentivized by a business in exchange for discounts, free goods, and or services, as well as content that's been posted by a competitor to undermine a business's product or reputation, as well as content that has been posted from multiple accounts to manipulate a place's ranking. All that's fake engagement. So if you have been incentivizing consumers to actually reduce or remove their negative ranking with some sort of compensation, shouldn't have been doing it to begin with. Now the rules are in place that they're on to you. What do you think about that, Morty?
So you're saying is if I now have products with product structured data markup, they're automatically eligible for Google Shopping? Oh, wait, we didn't cover that story. that's when you excluded. I'm sorry. I got lost. That really important story is now not part of the podcast.
Oh, wow.
Anyway.
Damn. Anything on that, or would you like to go to the other article?
I mean, I think it's a real thing. I think people like, yeah, I didn't like your sushi. I thought it was terrible. You know what? I'll give you $50. Take that review off. Okay.
Nice.
So I think it does need to be part of the guideline.
But how does the only thing about this that makes me nervous is how's that differ from? I'm sorry you had a bad experience. That's not how we want it to go. How can I make it better for you? Like, do you want me to remake your food? Do you want me to give you a refund because it wasn't any good? And that.
Here's another card to another free dinner. I don't think that counts. Like, first off, you're not telling them to get rid of the review. In that case, you're just saying, hey, I want to make it up to you.
Unless you're saying, hey, get rid of the review on the back end of it, and then Google would never see that conversation.
That's the other point. How does Google know about any of this?
The only thing I could think you could break the
Google
rule.
police.
Right. Well, but how would Google know unless you literally responded to someone's bad review? Hey, contact me. I'll pay you to get rid of this. And you type that out. Like,
you know why? Because they're tracking you on the phone.
Yeah.
It's on the phone. You like whisper to the guy, hey, buddy.
Oh, you're saying all the Echo devices are reporting back to Google?
Yes. It's kind of like that Bat Vision from Dark Knight, right? Just picking up all review traffic. Hey, we're proud to have Site Strategics as a sponsor of Edge of the Web. We're pioneers in the agile digital marketing methodology. Our core specialties are technical SEO, SEM, social media, marketing and management, conversion rate optimization, everything focused on results-based marketing that actually works. We've also developed a unique omni-channel media marketing and content curation process from 10 years of interviewing on Edge of the Web. So we've actually done a lot in curation and repurposing interview content to be able to get that subject matter expertise and repurpose it into social media, into structural content, blog content, and the like. So check out what we can do over at sitestrategics.com. That's SITE strategics.com, or just give us a call over at 877-736-4932. All right. Second article from TechCrunch by Amanda Sabierling. Meta announces a Discord-like community chat on Messenger. So Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg announced this morning that community chats are coming to Messenger and Facebook groups. The feature allows a large Messenger group to organize chats into categories, including audio and video channels for real-time discussion, admin-only chats for announcements, and event chats. So, have you had enough of Messenger? No, there's more. So why in the world would we want to have a Discord-like community inside of Facebook if Discord's already out there? It goes to the same degree. Don't try to be something that you're not. That's my take.
I don't understand it. Where do you go? It's a Facebook group chat, then you can have the chat in the Messenger chat, and then you can have the same thing in your WhatsApp chat.
Right. Why?
But they feel like they're cannibalizing like the products here at all?
Zuckerberg wrote, more than 1 billion people use Messenger to communicate with friends. So soon you'll be able to start community chats from Messenger as well. Oh, that wasn't done by...
That's a lie right there. When was the last time you used Messenger to communicate with a friend? Usually it's some kind of spammer or something.
And on top of that, hasn't Twitter just done that with all of its new channels? I mean, come on.
That's also a thing. The communities thing, I just like realized that still existed. I just like totally forgot until yesterday.
I mean, there's always Clubhouse.
Need to update that app, actually.
Okay, so I think this is a non-starter right out of the gate here, but evidently they're throwing some money at it. Doesn't make a lick of sense, but hey, you heard it here. Maybe not first, but at least you got some nice commentary here, right?
Lovely.
Absolutely. All right. Hey, we are proud to have InLinks as a continued sponsor of Edge of the Web. Did you know that entities play a major role in how search engines understand and rank content on the web? Optimizing your content solely around keywords is a thing of the past. Now it's time to actually add entities into the mix and reach higher rankings using InLinks, an award-winning software in entity SEO. They provide some expert-level data analysis and some great information about intent as it applies to keywords and key phrases. So check out the keyword research tool that they've got there. It's stunning. Focus on entities because that's where Google's at on a regular basis, learning what you're talking about, not just the keywords themselves. All right, go over to edgeofthewebradio.com/InLinks, INLINKS, to claim your free InLinks account and start creating content that will outperform your competitors. All right, third article. From Bloomberg. Every once in a while we throw
Bloomberg.
Bloomberg. Yeah.
Oh, we're getting real desperate here.
Well, there are plenty of other outlets, but this one bubbled up to the surface first. Yeah, I know. I saw Bloomberg, and I was like, all right.
I had to like find another source for the article because it's behind a paywall.
Okay, it's real. So we keep you up to date every once in a while about some legal things that go through the ecosystem. And obviously we were aware of the Attorney General's case against Google. Well, Texas beats Google's push to toss out the ad tech antitrust suit. The suit was actually organized by state attorneys accusing Alphabet Inc.'s Google of monopolizing the technology underlying online advertising can actually move forward, according to the New York federal judge. Judge P. Kevin Castell said on Tuesday that the bulk of the state's antitrust lawsuit can proceed, although he dismissed one claim against the search giant. Google tried to dismiss the entire bloody thing, but arguing that the conduct that the states target is illegal. That 16 different states, including Puerto Rico, sued, plus Puerto Rico, I should say. Puerto Rico is not a state. They sued Google in 2020 for monopolizing the advertising technology market. And you can certainly read more about the case. And it was not really our intent to be able to push on the case and the merits of the case, but you should know about anything that's challenging Google's environment of advertising, because it ultimately is going to actually trickle down to the advertisers that are actually utilizing Google Ads for our clients on a regular instance. So just trying to bring a little bit of awareness to the fact there's nothing, says Castell, there's nothing inexplicable or suspicious about what led the companies to enter into this agreement. So anyway, long story short, Joe, check out the article. And I tried to give a little bit of contextual knowledge about the politics that go into advertising and sometimes the lack of knowledge of those that are throwing these cases out or these allegations. So I'll balance the scale that way. Morty, we've seen this on and on again, is that sometimes we're seeing politicians that are attacking without merit, or more importantly, without context of what Google's actually doing in the space. Would you agree with that?
I don't even know where to start with this stuff anymore, because you have something like this, the Blue Jedi thing, whatever it is, and that seems kind of legit. Like seems like that was actually a real shenanigan of sorts, and I don't know how to put it any better than that.
Right.
You have stuff like, I think the same states are also suing Google about location tracking. Not, you turn it off, users still think that it's off, but it's really on.
Right.
And they should know that it's on when it's off, and you were off and you were on. Like, come on. Like, it's hard to separate what's legit and what's not legit. I'm not an expert on legalese, so I don't know like what's frivolous, what's not frivolous. Some of these things, most of these things look frivolous. This one doesn't necessarily, because there was an actual issue with them sort of collaborating with Facebook. With the full extent of it, it'd be interesting to have more information about that before making a judgment call on it. But
well, interesting enough, is the same judge actually dismissed the claims of collusion between Google and Facebook, or now known Meta, for the Jedi Blue program. So the judge actually threw out that piece of the argument and kept the rest of the case intact, or at least allowing it to proceed. So they tossed out that collusion, which was kind of the most overt or obvious.
Was the real thing, which exactly. I guess is now not a real thing. So it's just funny what you read in the news. Like, oh, it's a real thing. Well, I guess it's not a real thing.
No,
I learned something new just now.
Yeah, it's very, 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 very weird. So you never know what's going on here, but hey, you want to pay attention to it enough to know if something's coming down the pike when it comes down to the ad management. Yeah, our advertisers, the companies that, and the marketers that actually are doing the work here, they need to know what's going on there. Hopefully that's valuable news of the week. We have 3 articles from Search Engine Roundtable, which is incredibly valuable news on a regular basis. So we got a fast track for Barry Schwartz over at Search Engine Roundtable. First one out of the gate, Google drops article too short and word count section from the Search Console content errors. So check this out. Earlier this month, Google said it might remove the word count reference from the best practices for your article pages from the help document for Search Console News, the errors page itself. Well, it did. It removed the whole section and error around the article too short. So park that for a second. There has been information, there has been content up to now that actually gave recommendations on the word count references and if articles were too short. What does that mean for them removing this out of the equation, Morty?
I mean, look, like if your content is less than 80 words, that is pretty thin. Imagine a glossary definition,
Yeah, exactly.
right? Like, what's the 301 redirect? And it's like, SEO glossary. So is that thin? No, that's exactly what that content is supposed to be. And that might be great for a feature snippet, by the way.
Exactly.
So I think Google taking that out makes a lot of sense because there's a lot of content that is under 80 words. So it's actually really good, exactly what it's supposed to be doing. Now, should you go around thinking, oh, it could be less than 80 words now?
Or,
Yes, that's fine. I guess, under 5-minute read labels on the SERP. So I guess with Google, that's not what they want.
Oh, see, there was another article that we covered. Yeah, just time to read on mobile. So I think they're just pulling back any of the old dogma, the old information as it applies to some of the old ground we covered of how many words does actually constitute an article. Because you're right. There's all these different types of information out there, glossaries and even dictionary or some sort of additional reference pieces that don't really constitute thin content. And on top of that, not having a word count to actually jump over to be in compliance, right? They're coring it out because it's not necessary. If it's valuable, if it's relevant, if it's helpful, that's kind of the coin of the realm, right?
So nothing's actually changed for you in your writing and what you're doing with your content.
Except now you can take all those 800-word articles and chop them up into 80 characters.
That's exactly what you should be doing. 8 words. Who said 80? 8 words.
8 words. Boom. All right, second article. Google promotes Google Lens in mobile search. Check this one out. This is on September 15th. Google is actually promoting the Google Lens feature, which is really cool, in the mobile search results based on the type of query that you enter. Google has a promotion box smack right there in the middle of the search, says Barry, the search results page that says search what you see, camera search, with a picture of a dog on its back. So he actually threw a couple screenshots in. We just talked to Crystal Carter about mobile search and visual search. Incredible unpacking of understanding in that space. So look forward to that particular podcast. But when it comes down to visual search, this is right in the lane here. Morty, what has your experience been on optimizing visual search? This is a thing, obviously.
So you know what's really frustrating is I saw this weeks ago. I'm like, nah, that can't be new. I didn't put it out there on Twitter that it was new. What a missed opportunity for me.
I'm sorry.
No, but it's really good. I just used it the other day. By the way.
So this is all about you now. I see where we're going.
Yeah, clearly. By the way, check out Crystal Carter. She's amazing. I work with her every single day. And
funny she didn't claim that whenever we were talking to her.
Really?
Oddly
okay. Fine. In that case, Lens is amazing. I just used it the other day. There was something, I was looking at a website, it was in Hebrew. It was and they had some kind of like maintenance they were doing on the website.
Mm-hmm.
But the message was in Hebrew, but it was in an image, and I couldn't just copy and paste it and translate it. So I took a picture through Lens and translated it that way, and it was awesome.
Very good. No, that's an awesome thing, and
Lens is great.
The technology that's behind that is just incredible. I did a little bit of research in that, and it's just amazing what it's actually doing at the pixel level. And it's an incredible thing because every time we're scanning something, we're fueling the machine learning of the process. So no, it's an incredible tool, and we're going to get more and more into visual search, not image search, folks, but this is visual search. It's a very cool aspect of our pathway in search. Last article here: Google tests. Catch this. 2 people also ask results in one question. This is actually really cool. PAAs have been a focus for us for a while here, and it gives some great strategy tips for content creation. But if you're looking at PAA, the people also ask, right? And Chris Carter actually posted this example on Twitter. So it said, what is the concept of Malcolm and Marie? And there were 2 listings there in the same PAA. So what do you make of this? Is this now the new competition that we're going to, not only are we trying to get into PAAs, and there's always the argument of 0 clicks, but now you have competing results in the same question. Is this all mobile experience, or is this desktop as well? I got to ask that.
This was on mobile. I think the one that she found, the one that Crystal found.
Yeah.
It looks like it was mobile.
So 2 answers in the PAA. This is getting more and more in the environment of use our dashboard, consumer, don't go anywhere else. So they're actually answering a couple of questions with interactivity. What do you think, man?
Well, look, I mean, first off, I think it makes sense, again, that you keep seeing them have more than one answer to questions. It's a theme that you keep seeing over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're seeing, you saw in featured snippets in multiple instances, multiple tests. Now you're seeing in the people also ask box. Google is shifting towards content diversity. I think that's a good thing in general. I think it's a good thing. There's more URLs, right? So you have a figure, there's only one URL in the feature snippet. Now there's 5. Now there's 2 in the people also ask. So it's another opportunity for you to also be featured in there if you weren't already. If you are already, I guess that sucks for you.
That's interesting because it's actually
a good thing.
I think it's giving more. It's almost like the citations that we've been seeing on there.
Yeah, but also think about it like this: like imagine there's 2 answers, right? And you're reading one, and one says one thing, and the other one says the other thing.
Right.
The reader will be like, "Oh, there's 2 different opinions here." It's an incentive to click more, right? Oh, I like what that one was saying. That was interesting. Let me see what's going on here, because otherwise, just here's the answer. You don't really know to click more.
It's giving you more context. If you actually look at the answers here, this is interesting. What is the concept of Malcolm and Marie? Forgive me, I don't know this particular film here, but Malcolm, in a way, the first answer was represents films themselves, while Marie represents the general audience. And then the other answer is Malcolm and Marie is a tale of a young traumatized woman entrapped in a relationship with a man who values her only by what he can process and profit. 2 explicitly different answers to that concept. So it's a branch now, is that sometimes there's not just one answer like you're talking about. It's giving more contextual awareness. That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
You know what's also cool? SEO chat.
That's right. It is super cool. All the cool kids hang out there.
Super cool.
Every Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
On Twitter.
Who's hosting this
on
weekend?
Twitter, by the way.
On Twitter. Hashtag SEO chat.
All right. Carrie Hill is on deck for this week. What's she talking about?
And we're talking helpful content. How do you know it's really helpful? Do you lick your finger, hold it up into the air, and feel, oh, it's cold on that side? That's where the wind is blowing. It's helpful. No. What do you do in order to know if your content is helpful? Find out on SEO chat on Twitter, Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's Carrie Hill hosts.
Or don't we just go to Google and ask the question?
No, don't go to Google. Go to SEO chat.
SEO chat. Check it out. It's always a grey time over there. And every once in a while, I mean, the memes are just fantastic, but it's really good information. There's a lot of great players in the SEO space. So, hey, you'll meet some new friends along the way, right?
And it'll be very helpful.
Very helpful indeed.
Very helpful.
Well, hopefully this show is helpful. I'm getting a bit of a scowl from Morty saying, I don't know. I'm just reading body language here.
What?
Yeah, see? I mean,
clearly you're illiterate.
Wow. We finish up on an up note there, Morty.
I'm saying, like, you think I'm angry, but I'm not. I'm really happy to be here. So I don't know what you're...
it just looked a little downtrodden. That's it.
Well, you know what they say about assuming?
You're usually right. No, that's not the phrase.
No, it's like you make an ass out of you and me.
All right. Well, you know what? That's it for Edge. I'm just going to call it now. This has gone on too far. We do want to make sure that you check out the Michael Blumenthal episode this week as we drop that. It's a great focus on local SEO. You know what local SEO is, right, Morty?
Heard of it.
Okay. Hey, track Morty down, by the way. We don't really tell our listeners that much. If you actually go to Twitter and track him down, at Morty Oberstein, fantastic tweets, fantastic memes, and he's very helpful.
Thank you. Yeah, wow, this is such a nice... I'm awful clamped.
Just trying to get you to rank, Morty. You are helpful content yourself.
Ooh. Morty Oberstein, helpfulcontent.com.
I am the helpful content update on Twitter. I've stopped doing that now.
Have you?
You don't overplay that. Like,
no, you really don't.
You can do it for a week, 2 weeks.
We were running a poll here when it was going to actually cut off. That was a lot of helpful.
You got to know when to stop. You got to know.
Kind of like this podcast. Thank you, Morty. Appreciate it. All right, that's it for Edge. Be sure to like and comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel and get updated whenever we go live with our videos, whenever we do that, as well as dropping in some nuggets of tantalizing video SEO information. From all of us over at Edge, stay safe, stay well, and do not be a piece of cyber driftwood. We'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.